So over the weekend, a subscriber of mine messaged me and asked me my thoughts on sparring partners for both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Now that was something that I hadn't really given much thought to. It was only really when I seen that and I thought, you know what, it actually would be interesting to kind of discuss that. Because both guys are essentially each other's kryptonite. That's what Ade said, and I have to agree with him because they are kind of. And I think one of the reasons why Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury will always have a hard time when it comes to facing each other is purely down to the fact that it's very, very hard to get sparring partners to replicate each man's style. Okay, so what I mean by that is you're going to be very hard pushed to find a heavyweight as light, lanky, fast, awkward, and powerful as Deontay Wilder. You'd be very hard pushed to do that, to find that. And likewise with Tyson Fury, you're going to be very hard to find someone who's 6'8", 6'9", very light on his feet, can box around the ring and has a very good defense, very awkward, very tricky. So it's very hard to find someone. Now, with Fury, it probably would be a little bit easier to find somebody. I've heard names like Usyk mentioned and, Spilka. But Usyk probably not, just purely because that would probably be too much money to get him into a camp because he'll probably want, a great deal of money. Spilka, yeah, potentially. The problem with guys like that is, I suppose the problem in general is that you're going to be very hard to find someone as tall. So when you're talking about guys like Spilk and people like that, it's going to be hard if you're in Team Wilder to get people like that, not necessarily get them in, but it's going to be hard for them to fully replicate Tyson Fury because they're going to be a lot shorter. Someone like Spilk is only, 6'2", 6'3", and he's nowhere near as skillful as a Tyson Fury. So that would be a little bit more difficult. I think that if you were in Team Deontay Wilder, even though he's not necessarily as fast as Tyson Fury, I think maybe Luis Ortiz would be a good idea. Something similar. I know Ortiz is southpaw and Fury tends to switch a bit, but I still think Ortiz would probably be a good shout just to kind of get ready for Tyson Fury because you're going to get a very good technical boxer in Ortiz, someone who can fight at distance. He's nowhere near as fast these days, it has to be said, but I think that definitely he'd be someone you'd want in camp. Seen Otto Wallen mentioned. Otto Wallen would be good because he's been in there with Tyson Fury, so he knows what to expect. So I'm sure he could give Deontay Wilder a lot of help in a sense that he knows what to expect. He can give him a bit of guidance. But of course, having said that, Deontay Wilder's been in there with Tyson Fury, so he knows for his own, firsthand, basically what it's like to fight Tyson Fury. I think Wallen fought a better Tyson Fury than Deontay Wilder did. Some people might argue with that, but I think that this is a better Tyson Fury. He just needs to be up for a fight more to bring out the best in him. Whereas Tyson Fury, who should he bring into sparring? Well, as I said, it's hard, very hard, nigh on impossible to find a heavyweight you can really replicate Deontay Wilder. Most heavyweights would not be taught to box like Deontay Wilder because he's very awkward, he's very crude, he does windmill a bit. He throws that right hand perfectly straight, however, and he throws that right hand like no other heavyweight in the division does. He throws that right hand with tremendous speed, tremendous power, and just the way he rotates his body into that, it's fantastic. So, Tyson Fury would be hard pushed to find somebody like that. I think that Lawrence Okolie, who we had in camp for the first fight, would probably be the best bet for Tyson Fury, considering the fact that Okolie, he's a cruiserweight. I'd say probably when he rehydrates, probably not too far off Deontay Wilder in terms of weight. He's tall, not as tall, lanky. He hits hard, probably doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as Deontay Wilder. So I think in that sense, Okolie would be a good fit for Tyson Fury, definitely. And when I look down at some other kind of maybe smaller heavyweights and cruiserweights, there really isn't anybody, I would say, who could really replicate Deontay Wilder. So with Tyson Fury, it's a harder job. Even just thinking off the top of my head, even somebody like Jared Washington, even though he's nowhere near as good as Tyson Fury, he'd be a decent enough fit for Deontay Wilder just to give him an indication of what Tyson Fury is going to do. Because Jared Washington, he'll move a lot. He's nowhere near as talented. He's athletic, but he's nowhere near as talented as a Tyson Fury. But I think Jared Washington would be a good fit for Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder, in terms of sparring partners, would have more kind of variety for choice that could get people to sort of mimic what Tyson Fury does as opposed to Tyson Fury himself. Because Deontay Wilder, Again, even to the way he slipped punches, this is where he slipped him, he just moves away. Even to that way, he's just so awkward and ungainly, which is a benefit to him. That it's very hard, he's very hard push to actually find someone to replicate Deontay Wilder. So Tyson Fury is going to really have to rely on having his wits about him in this fight, staying switched on for the full 36 minutes, which is that's a daunting experience in and of itself. Because, you do see fighters tend to switch off in fights. A lot of times it goes unpunished. Against Deontay Wilder, mate, you're getting punished. It only takes a split second and Deontay Wilder will take your head clean off. And you'd be looking up at the sky and you might not beat that 10 count. So, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think down below. Who would you like to see as a sparring partner for Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder moving forward? Is there any names maybe that I'm not mentioning? Any names that you think would be a good fit? At the end of the day, these are just some of the names for Deontay Wilder are easier than they would be for Tyson Fury. Put it like that. That's the way I've been looking at it. But let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, of course. Subscribe if you're new. Share it around if you felt it was useful. It really, really does help the channel. And as always, I will talk to you after.